Hey everybody, Mikladinskas here from Climate Salad and another video on climate and AI. One of the things I think which is really interesting, I've been thinking about is 20 years ago, we might have thought it's um, quite different to actually have using the internet on a daily basis. And now absolutely every single person uses, sorry, not every single person, a lot of people use the internet absolutely every day and it's indispensable in their work. So I think the same thing's going to happen with that, with AI in a lot of different ways. I think we're still very early, and there's lots of different ways to experiment and try it, but it's starting to fairly quickly become a part of the normal world. So I think for climate tech and climate solutions and how that's going to go, that's actually also in some ways in very early in the market, and it's going to take some time. And I think the combination actually is going to be quite interesting to see how the daily use of AI and climate solutions actually comes into play. And one of the things that I've been looking at recently is Perplexity, which is a tool that a lot of people are actually replacing Google search for and just using conversations with Perplexity on a daily basis. And in some ways, it looks and feels a little bit like ChatGPT, but being just immersed into your browser and actually the way it actually helps you in terms of flow and is actually quite interesting. So if I think about somebody using an example, they might be in a big corporate and they might be saying, "Hey, I've got to find a new solution for a product." And I don't know. I don't know sustainably who's going to go and do that. So let's say, um, yeah, give me some ideas for sustainable plastics that I can use in my FMCG company. Um, So this might come back with some ideas. Now, I didn't specify Australia here, so it'll be interesting to see if that actually applies it here for Australia. But you can see it's reading through different sources, and it's quite interesting to see this first ChatGPT as well, like the different sources. It just actually brings out some of those ideas and tells you, I think, in quite interesting ways how it presents the information. So again, that's going to go out and find something that's quite complex and quite new, and I may not know where to start. And for me, that's has been one of the big uses of ChatGPT is it helps me really quickly get to a first draft. So I feel that in terms of again enabling us. So what about Australian companies doing work in sustainable plastics? So you can just have a conversation with it. So I've reached my pro limit here, but so yeah, it's giving us a couple of different ideas of Australian companies here that are doing interesting things that in plastics. So this also goes, I think, to what the climate tech companies need to think about is how do you make sure that you're included in these new in AI searches. So we've got companies like Ulu and Great Wrap and Kelpie that obviously are doing amazing things, and that's actually you want to make sure your content is out there. You want to be in these sources. So looking at Trace, that's an Aussie climate tech company. CFC is obviously a really big company there. So we've got Samsara Echoes in climate side community. And ZeroCo. So it's interesting to see again how people might be able to use it on a daily basis to navigate complexity and really new things. So again, really interesting to see how this very new area of AI and this very fast-growing requirement in climate and sustainability and transition and the complexity between those two go hand in hand in terms of just daily use for the average person. So, a couple of thoughts. I'll include some links in the show notes.